Only all seeing the episodes. It's in the box. What's up, guys? We got new mics and new headphones, and I am excited. I am Joe Vargas. To my left, as always, Maggie Duarte.
How do we look?
I don't know.
I don't know.
You guys tell us we look goofy with these mics, but our producer put them up.
Yeah. Okay.
That was my snare.
That was small head.
You said that earlier.
Yeah. Where's my snare?
What are we talking about today for the people live on TikTok?
For the people live on TikTok, should I just go down the list?
Just go down the list real quick.
Okay. We got the highlight of the weekend. That is Wilder. We got Zuffa 5, some headlines, and the next fight this coming weekend on the 11th.
Zuffa 5. You know what I hate? I hate my Social Security because it brings me down just to a number. And when you fight on Zuffa 5. Yeah, I fought on Zuffa card. Which one?
5.
7, 8, 12.
Yeah, it's like the UFC.
Like the Thriller Manila
Yeah.
battle, you know?
No.
Damn. Okay.
Anyway.
Well, anyways.
The highlight of the weekend. It's funny. I was reading the comments on the highlights for this fight, Wilder versus Deontay
Wilder.
Wilder against Derek Chisora.
You know, me and Wilder got something in common.
What?
We can't say documentary.
We gotta post that one, Adam.
Gotta post that, Adam.
When I do my documentary and my movie about it.
What?
When I do my documentary. No. When I do my documentary.
You remedial.
Documentary. That's the way I really say it.
He really does say documentary.
Yeah, I don't just say it right here. Documentary.
It kind of fucks me up.
He got me, though.
Yeah.
He said
got
it a little worse, yeah.
He said it way worse. I gotta clip that for sure.
I feel bad because I didn't watch that fight.
I didn't either, but I mean, to be fair, it's not something that was enticing to me. I think it was kind of like a little step over fight for him.
My boy Tara sent me a message. He's like, I forgot what he said. Something like, what makes him so exciting? Or along the ways, I just go, he has a neutralizer.
Yeah, he
That's
does.
why he's exciting. He's not your fundamentally sound fighters, technique. He just has them bombs, and that's his nickname, the Bronze Bomber.
The bronze.
Bomb.
Bronze.
Yeah, because he got a bronze medal, no?
Yeah, bronze, yeah.
Fuck, I just renamed him right now, dog. I fucked up. I screwed up, sorry.
The Bronze Bomber. Yeah, exactly. He has the equalizer. He has the one thing that it doesn't matter.
What is his nickname?
The Bronze Bomber.
Bronze. Mm-hmm. That's what I said. I was thinking Joe Louis first, dog. Brown Bomber.
Yeah, I was thinking about Brenda. Brenda's nickname is Brown too. Brown Bomber.
Serio?
Yeah.
I know Brenda. That was her nickname.
Brenda had a baby.
Brenda did have a baby.
But I was reading through the comments, and a lot of people were saying Unk versus Unk violence, and then
You guys can't handle Unk, I'll tell you that.
yeah,
Those are the Unks you want on your side.
they'd be like, this looks like my two uncles fighting at the cookout. I'm like, golly.
You want to get hit by them uncles, I'll tell you that.
Nah, hell nah. But you know what? Okay, a lot of people were saying this might not be a technical fight, but it was entertaining. It was kind of like out there, but you kind of want to watch just for the fiasco of it all. I'm not upset that I missed it too much, but I am. It's kind of hard to find the whole fight. So now, whenever the full fight comes out, I'll be watching it. But yeah. Anyway, he's still entertaining, don't you think?
Yeah, he's entertaining. I just didn't get to watch it. I had to do some family stuff.
Yeah.
I didn't get to watch the fight.
Yeah.
I wish I would have watched it, but I didn't.
Yeah.
But any heavyweight fight, I'm gonna tune in.
Yeah, and you know what? He's 40.
Shout out! Hey, I know I'm talking about heavyweights, but shout out to one of Deontay Wilder's sparring partners. I don't like to refer to this guy as a sparring partner, but he learned a lot with him.
Yeah.
Big Shot.
Yeah.
Stephen Shaw. He put a nice comment on one of our posts talking about, we'll go into that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're going to go into
Shout out to Big Shot, man. One of my favorite heavyweights.
Yes. And 40 years old. Hey, why not have Big Shot fight him? Or, Deontay does not shy away from a good fight. Yeah. So you still got Anthony Joshua in there. He says he's down to fight the young guns. Like, he don't care. Put him in there. The kid Moses Italma or whatever.
That promising young man, huh?
Yeah, I think there's still a lot of good fights for him, man. He's not completely done. You got to remember the heavyweight division is probably the only division where you can be in your 40s and still be fighting.
Dangerous, yeah.
I
say from like 168 and up.
Yeah.
But the heavyweight division is probably the oldest.
Yeah. For sure. And guys, they start. I mean, he's one of them. What was he, like 19 when he started boxing?
Yeah.
That may not be old to many, but in boxing years, yeah, that's pretty old. Taking into consideration that many of the fighters that are one of the greats now started at like 6 years old. Some of them out of the womb, they're already punching things, man.
Third, fourth generation boxers.
Yeah, exactly. Their destiny is sealed before they even come out. So yeah. So anyway, yeah, there's still a lot of upside to him, I think, in the heavyweight division. Why not? I think it needs some excitement. So yeah.
Shout out. Who won? Deontay. I hope he gets.
From the highlights, I think that was well deserved.
Isn't he getting sued?
Is he? For what?
I saw something like that. Maybe
probably,
I'm tripping.
He probably is.
You guys in the comments, let us know if he has some kind of lawsuit coming towards him.
Probably. I don't know. I can't remember.
It's something outside.
He was trying to sue Tyson Fury.
No. This is outside the ring. Something outside of the ring.
Yeah. But.
Oh yeah, that his. Nah, I'm not gonna bring it up right here. Let me make sure before I bring it up.
Okay. Confirmation coming soon.
Yeah, next week.
The Zuffa 5, that was on Sunday. Yeah. Wah. Joe's favorite. Yay.
I want to be back. I'm going to the bathroom, dog.
Joe's favorite. I wrote it down right here. Joe's favorite. So, I did watch the whole entire card. And there's a lot of things that I wrote down. I don't know if you wanted to lead with anything that...
I'm good.
For real?
Go ahead, talk.
Well, look. There's a lot of great matchups. A lot of kids that stood out to me. Troy Nash, and then I think his last name is De La Cerda. He's Rayos, one of Rayos' little stablemates over there in Washington. What an impressive knockout that was. That was insane. He's a young kid. So is Troy Nash, early 20s. There's some great matches, and they're being matched pretty well, you know. However.
Go ahead, I'm listening. I'm just going to write something down.
Wait, I kind of need the notes.
Oh, hold on. You can't think without the notes?
Yeah, well, I kind of had it was like a, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, just because, what my thoughts on it is that these kids, I think, aren't getting the exposure that they deserve. I think that they're being matched pretty heavily. Not fast. I think that obviously they can hold their own, but man, I think it deserves way more exposure than it gets. You know.
Are you talking about the fighters or the?
Yeah, the fighters.
Because you told me you were watching the fight with your dad, right?
Yeah.
He was asking why was there so little people in the venue.
It's a small venue, you know, and he was.
It's a test run for them, right? They're using money right now. They're using fighters who were built in different stables, fighters that were used in different promotion companies who didn't have that it factor, according to those old promoters, right? I mean, the other promoters. And these guys were not being utilized or used because some of those guys are really good.
They are.
But they're not marketable. Yeah. And Zuffa, what they're trying to do is give them a platform. And hopefully it goes well for the fighters. I'm all about fighters making money. I'm not about corporations making more money than the fighters.
I'll tell you what, the main event was atrocious.
Who was the main event?
Some two dudes. One of them was a Dominican dude by the last name. I can't pronounce it. I can't remember his first name. It's all it's all Dominicanized. But
you don't speak Spanish?
Yeah, but it was like one of those like
the names that make up.
Yeah. His last name was Garcia, and some kid. The other one last name Cortez. I think it was Andres Cortez or something. Anyway,
let me give my boy Mighty Brook a shout out on TikTok. He's saying something about the Zuffa matches, and I can't respond. I can't read it fast enough. But thanks, Mighty Brook, for giving us some feedback. I'll go back and read them.
Yeah, they're being matched up pretty well, in my opinion. They're great. They're great fights, though. Don't get me wrong. I love watching fights that are evenly matched. But I just think that they deserve a lot more exposure, man, a lot more promotion. And I'm asking myself, what are they doing to maximize that exposure for these guys? Like, yeah, they do their little documentaries, but man, the mainstream doesn't know them.
Nobody knows them.
And they're putting all this on the line, and I know they're not getting as much as they would if Golden Boy were to snatch them. And I asked myself, what are those guys doing to get the best talent, you know?
Maggie made a great point at the gym. She was brought up, oh my God, I feel bad. Capetillo's son, Dylan?
Dylan Capetillo.
She brought up the fact that he signed with Oscar De La Hoya, and Zuffa is in Vegas. he could easily build himself up there. But I think the way that Zuffa hasn't made one fighter yet from the ground up. So that's a difficult task to do. And Bob Arum is probably the godfather of doing that.
Yeah.
And then after that, I would say De La Hoya. You know, De La Hoya has two of the biggest names. He didn't make them from the ground up, but I think Ryan Garcia did turn pro with him.
Yeah.
He got there maybe 7-8 fights. Henry Ramirez probably could answer the question. But Henry Garcia, I'm sorry, thinking about Henry Ramirez, my other boy, dog. I'm sorry. He Lázaro and his fighters fought last week.
Yeah, that's right.
That's what I'm thinking about. Both good coaches.
Yeah.
Henry Ramirez and Henry Garcia. But what I'm trying to say is Zuffa has never really like developed a fighter.
Yeah.
So they're taking a bunch of fighters who were like potential of being great fighters and just matching them up against each other and running them into the wall fast.
Yeah, these 6-0 guys, 4-0 guys, you know, guys that oh man, I don't know. It's tough. And that's where I mentioned it's like, hey, one of the hottest prospects that in boxing right now is Dylan Capetillo, who is Jorge Capetillo's son. Name sound familiar? That's because they have one of the most famous gyms in Vegas, I would say, right? And
Jorge Capetillo, super cool dude.
Yeah, I mean, he's seen everything. I mean, Tyson Fury's gone through his gym, and he's a young little boy, right? That been seeing boxing, living, breathing boxing for his whole entire life. Why didn't he choose to go with Zuffa? I mean,
they put a lot of money on the table. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's like so. I don't know. I just think, in my opinion, these young guys, they deserve a lot more exposure than what they're getting. That's just bottom line for me, you know. And
I have a young prospect right now. Mm-hmm. If I'm making a decision where to sign them, and these guys come at me, all of them, all the big names, I'm going with either Oscar, Bob Arum, or Eddie Hearn.
Yeah, big time. Yeah.
Those three guys. Bob Arum has less passion for fighters, but he still has a formula how to build them.
Yeah.
He's been around the game since Ali.
Yeah. 60 years, man. 60
De La Hoya,
years.
I mean, you can see his clapback Thursdays. That's how excited he gets at the weigh-ins. He's just shaking your hand. He's like, I'm so fucking happy, you know?
He
De
likes
La Hoya
fights.
loves this shit, you know?
Yeah, he does.
And Eddie Hearn is just all in.
He
loves you, he's all in.
Yeah, he is all in for sure.
I can't speak much about Al Heyman because I never really... I fought on those cards, but I never... Al Heyman's like a mystery.
I don't even know what he looks like until I Googled him the other day.
I do. Shout out to all those guys that help out there with they always really treat us really well. Harvey Estrada. Harvey Estrada's a good ass boy. I know there's a lot more guys, but that's my dude right there at PBC.
For sure. You know, and I wrote down a bunch of notes for these fights because they're just thoughts that come into my head, and I think it's good to get it out there. But these Zuffa shows, they're not immune to bad matches. There were some very terrible fights, in my opinion, and it's like you can't help it, you know. So it's I don't see what really truly makes it 100% like foolproof. You know what I'm saying? Like this formula is gonna work. I think that they're still trying to figure it out too, and they're putting on less shows than they were. I think in February they put a couple shows, and now it's like as the year goes, it's less and less. Where they need to get the talent, you know, they need the fighters. So. How many shows can you really make with the amount of fighters that they have?
Fight the same guys over and over.
Fight the same guys over. That, I mean, yeah, that's what they do. And then I also thought about if these guys, because my dad was like, are any of these title fights? Like, he's like, there's not really a title. I was like, no. And in my mind, I'm like, if there's no title fights, like, what are they working towards, really? What are they fighting for? Are those titles going to eventually come? Are those bigger venues going to eventually come, get some gate money? Like, what? It's so interesting to see this develop.
That's why I said we had to wait a year or two because we're learning as we go. Dana White came in trying to swing his fucking muscles everywhere, right? And he came into a place where there's already people there.
Yeah, yeah.
And when he came into the UFC and they started the UFC, there was nobody there. People were selling the company. It was like he bought into it.
Yeah. It was dying.
It was dead.
Yeah.
It wasn't dead, it didn't die, but it was fading. And he came in and there was nobody to compete with.
Right.
And right now he's competing with everybody.
Yeah.
The Bob Father, Golden Boy, the WBC, WBA, IBF, WBO. He's going to find out.
Yeah, all of the
And some of those guys don't care how much money you wave.
Yeah. True. Very true.
Some of those guys are from third world countries where ego and pride is a big thing,
Yeah.
And in some places money talks, and some places respect talks.
Yeah.
Pride and respect.
Yeah, man. And it's like we've mentioned plenty of times, boxing is a small world, and it's kind of shitty to burn bridges. Why not? Why not work together? I just don't see why you wouldn't cross over and work together.
Because the mindset he has, he thinks he can come right over and take over like he did the UFC.
Yeah.
You're not doing this, boys. This is big boys over here.
Yeah, dude. It's tough. I'm really having a hard time trying to like visualize how successful this could possibly be, simply because, like, what as a fighter, okay, yeah, you're getting a couple thousand, tens of thousands of dollars for each fight, right? You get little contracts, you have your security, you have the UFC, you have the Performance Institute, all that stuff. But a fighter also loves to fight for a title, for something, for a ranking. Like, when are we gonna see
What's
that?
Your
pretty
goal?
much,
Yeah.
What's their goal?
You want that Zuffa belt?
It's weird. And
All of a sudden popular ringside belt?
And even then, how do you know you're the absolute best when you have the best? Okay, Jai Opatai is a great example because he's the only champion that they have, right? I need to see him against Benavides.
He ain't gonna do it.
To really say, like, you know what I'm saying?
He ain't gonna do it, huh?
How are they gonna make that fight happen?
Never, George.
Now, because Benavides, which I believe he will beat Zurdo Ramirez, once he does that, and he has 2 of those belts, right? He has 2 of those belts. Jai Opatai is gonna want, as a competitor, you know what I mean? As a kid who always wanted to be undisputed, as he literally just stated not long ago that he still wanted to be undisputed. What do you do? How do you make that fight? How does it work? If they're not gonna count the sanctioning bodies, like, so he's gonna fight Benavides for nothing? Or is he gonna breach a contract? I'm curious to see that one. If I'm Jai Opatai, I'm a little confused.
I'm like, damn, did I make the right decision?
Yeah, I'm confused as to how that's going to work. But yeah, bottom line, I would love for there to be more. These fights, don't get me wrong, they're great. I love them, but I would love for these guys to get more exposure somehow. How can they maximize that? If they're really the platform that they say that they are, how can they best put these fighters out there so they can gain some recognition, put them in the ranks? Like, I don't know.
They should have joined the party, but they made their own party. They made their own club.
Yeah.
They made their own club. Now they're outside.
It sucks because a lot of those kids are good.
Ego.
A lot of those kids are really good. But anyway, their next show is not till May 10th.
We don't know their plans either. Zuffa might be doing this, sorting out all these fighters.
Yeah.
And then they start facing those guys. We don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's hard to really imagine anything.
Dana White has been good for business for himself. Mm-hmm. So maybe he'll find a way to be successful. He's found it with UFC, with other people's money. That's when you want to get rich. You want to take risk with other people's money.
Yeah.
And he's good at it.
Right. May 10th, Shane Mosley Jr. against Serhii Bohachuk. That is a great fight. I'm willing to watch that one, and I will be watching it.
Good luck. You're on your own.
Buzzkeys. Yeah, it's a good fight.
For who? For them too?
I don't know. That's an interesting matchup. I'd like to see how that plays out.
Don't care about them. There's a reason boxing doesn't use them. Their numbers fade. They don't do well. Hater.
Yeah.
Hater Nation.
No comment.
It's the truth, though. Nobody uses them.
Yeah.
They don't do well.
Yeah.
They don't do well.
We'll see how they do.
You got to sell to the fans.
Yeah.
Who would rush to see them fight?
Not many. I mean, I'm watching it because it's pretty much free on Paramount Plus.
Exactly.
Yeah. But I'm not going to, buy.
She wearing a Shane Mosley shirt next week. Junior, sorry.
I'm not going to buy, that fight. Is it interesting? And will I watch it, as a fight fan? Hell yeah.
That fight's on the same night that, oh, my God, dude. What's the kid's name from Tijuana? From fighting, oh, my God, I went blank, bro. I still get hit in the head too many times.
May 10th?
No. I'm just saying. Say that fight that you're talking about right now. Shane Mosley Jr. against
Serhii Bohachuk?
Bohachuk, yeah. Is fighting the same night as Fierro and...
oh, yeah, Duarte?
Which one are you watching?
I'll probably watch the Duarte one. Just, I don't know, but, I don't
probably?
know. Yeah, because, I don't know. Fierro's kind of hit or miss, so I don't know. I don't know.
You're talking about hit or miss, but you're going to watch Shane Mosley. Come on, dog.
He might get knocked out by Bohachuk, so I don't know. I don't know. That's a shitty situation for Duarte because
I feel like Zuffa right now, besides Opatai and Conor Ben, because he's good. I like him. They're just picking up everybody who got cut off the teams.
Yeah. I guess, yeah. I don't know. I still want to see Edwin de los Santos. I still like to see Rayo.
Did he sign with them?
Yeah.
He's perfect for that because he's the guy that doesn't get a chance.
Mm-hmm. I like Rayo Valenzuela. Like, there's a couple guys that I'm like, yeah.
Rayo's on Zuffa too?
Mm-hmm. And so is his homie who just fought, who's really good.
That just fought La Guarda, whatever.
De la Cerda.
De la Cerda.
Yeah, he's a good fighter. So I don't know, man. But obviously, like, okay, see, that kid fights at 126. I'm trying to see him against Chop Chop eventually. You know, like.
So, is it going to happen, though? How was this if Dana White doesn't play with nobody else?
That's what I'm saying. It's like, it sucks because these kids are good. These kids are good. I love to see them.
Chop will be on the zone now.
Yeah, he will. So it sucks because what their ceiling seems a little low right now. But these are superstars that definitely deserve a higher ceiling.
Dana White's bosses are going to be like, listen, bro, we need to fight people.
Yeah, there's just no other way around it.
I'd like to know the Paramount numbers right now on Zuffa.
I don't know. You know what? I'll put that down for.
Do they even release those numbers?
I'm not sure because they have to. It's streaming. I'll write that down
for next week.
Yeah, next week.
Cool.
Paramount numbers. But yeah. Anyway, aside from that, I don't know if you want to. So Big Shot.
Talking about Big Shot's comment.
He mentioned how Conor Ben signed. It's just a 1-fight deal for $15 million. So. It's not coming out of TKO and Zuffa's money. It's coming out of the Saudis, the Turkey al-Sheikh, not by Zuffa itself. Although they did market it, Zuffa marketed it. It's just a deal for one super fight, right? Now
super fight against who?
I think we have yet to see who that is because I don't think it's gonna be this next fight with Prograis. But
that's not a super fight.
No, that's what I'm saying. So,
who else does Zuffa have that's a super fight for Conor Ben?
I think that they're gonna cross over with the ring, like the Turkey. That's what I'm saying. It's coming out of Turkey al-Sheikh's money, so it's like he could possibly fight a Shakur or a Ryan, because they're working with the. So Saudis.
Turkey, little hood hopper, dog.
Yeah. So it's just for one fight. It's not a long-term promotional signing to Zuffa. It seems like
that's the way it was marketed.
Yeah, exactly. That's what he's saying. Like Zuffa marketed it as like TKO, you know what I'm saying? But it's not that he's gonna fight a Zuffa.
Thanks,
fighter.
Big Shot.
Yeah, thank you for clearing that up. That was awesome because I think
yes,
it's easy to speculate, but yeah. Speaking of money,
show me the money.
Mayweather, man.
Oh damn.
Floyd Mayweather Jr.
Gotta be careful with my comments on this one.
Anyway,
just got some real haterade, dog, and I'm not trying to hate on them. It's just funny. Well, tell them talk about what you went.
So I did a little bit of research because I was curious what all is going on with him because now he publicly mentioned, he said that the fight on September 19th against Manny Pacquiao is not an actual fight, that it's an exhibition, and that the venue, which is the Sphere, is not even confirmed. So he went out in public and said that to one of those like boxing, reporters and stuff.
Reporting.
Well, as of right now, we don't know exactly where the fight is going to be at. We don't know the location of the fight. The Sphere is one of the places that they talked about. So we don't know if it's 100% going to be there. And this is not actually a fight, it's an exhibition.
Okay.
So we're going to do it again, and hopefully we're going to entertain the people.
Exactly. And that is a breach of contract, according to... Yeah. So, which he could be facing an 8 to 9 figure penalty for saying those things. And on top of that, so the source for all of this is an interview done with Manny Pacquiao Promotions CEO. He is the one. So I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is his word, but he's saying that there's signed documents for all this stuff. And if he needs to, he will take legal action. And he's saying also, this was the biggest one for me that I was like, what? Is that he took an advance against his purse for that fight in September. Millions of dollars.
I know we're a podcast. I don't know what to say.
I don't know either, because it's fucked up talking about like another dude's finances, you know what I'm saying? But like, yo, like this is kind of, the story is just kind of blowing up in his face.
Is it when you, I know when you have more money, you have more expenses and there's maintenance fees and all these things. Is he going through his money that fast?
I mean, somebody mentioned, and this is all speculation, that he has some crazy gambling debts.
No, it's speculation, but this is not speculation that he pulled.
No. This is all on. There's a paper trail for all of this stuff.
Promoters and managers and they get mad when you talk about things that are not. Man, one time, story time. I haven't said a story in a long time.
Yeah.
I think it's Canelo Triple G, the first fight, and we're in camp, and at that time I had the key to the gym.
Oh, Buzzkeys.
I think that's why I took it away, dog. So, I had the key to the gym, to Canelo's gym. We show up with a bunch of guys to spar, like 5 of us. And one of my kids, Jason Mesa, shows me a brand new pair of gloves on the ring. And they're and I grab them and I go, let's take a picture with them, fool. He puts the gloves on.
Please tell me you still have that picture.
No, they made me delete it, dog.
Oh.
That picture was up for like 10 minutes.
No, for real?
Get a call from somebody at Golden Boy. Take that picture down, bro. That's the fight gloves you're using that night.
Ooh. Why are they there? They're supposed to be wrapped up. Were they? They
were there.
Ah, they're not even supposed to.
No, they were just they weren't the actual fight gloves. Mm-hmm. They were just what they were gonna look like.
Got you.
The wrap with, man, my shit went deaf. One in my ears.
For real?
Yeah. I hope it still works.
Add up.
Add up. This one's out. Oh, there it is. Hello, there you go. Yeah, there. No. Okay. I can't hear nothing. Here.
Microphone's good though, right?
See, they can't hear me. There you go. I can't hear this side. There you go. I grabbed Canelo's gloves.
Yeah.
And I posted them.
Yeah.
And that shit wasn't even on that long when they said, take it down. It was just a model of what he was going to wear.
Yeah.
That if he approved it or not. And then the day of the fights, they probably make about 10 of the same pair.
Wow.
And then they send them there and then they both try them on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I deleted that picture. I shouldn't even deleted it. I should have kept the picture.
Hey, but you know what?
At that time, I didn't know technology. I didn't know you could save pictures.
Golly, dude. I wish I could see it because you guys are probably just so happy. Just
I didn't even. I put the gloves down, took the gloves off, went to the bathroom, came back. Messages are going off.
Damn, dude. You know what though? And it just made me think about something. I can't begin to imagine what really happened. The falling out he had with Golden Boy, but look how much they have his back. You know what I mean?
Look at Ernie said. Ernie said Adam has one job. No, cuz try to hire my nephew. Oh, never mind.
Yeah. But yeah. Sounds like Golden Boy had his back, and he didn't. And I don't know what happened. That's what I'm saying. That's what I just mentioned right now is that like I don't know what could have happened between them, but look how, dude, 10 minutes. That's crazy. They had his back. That's kind of makes you wonder like what happened.
Mm-hmm. I didn't even put but they did say CA.
Yeah, I mean his logo is his logo.
Yeah, his logo is his logo.
I'd say so, Buzzkeys.
Buzzkeys, before we finish we keep going. Can I say something?
Yeah, I think we were done with the Mayweather thing. Yeah.
Mayweather, I'm so.
Manny thinks it's a art of war tactic. He's like, he's just trying to get me off my game and make it seem like I'm gonna underestimate him.
Mayweather's good at that.
Yeah, he is. So he's like whatever. Anyway, yeah.
I want to give a shout out to Brian Boxing.
Oh.
They're actually the first promotion company to help me with gear.
Yeah.
They're really good. And they're our first, besides women's boxing.
Yeah.
They're the first company to sponsor the podcast. So Brian Boxing, follow him. Check out his merchandise for all you boxing fans. I use them all the time.
Yeah.
I use them all the time. And also a shout out to the San Antonio Snipers.
Ooh.
They'll be fighting LA this weekend on what day is that fight?
Fighting against Jose Cholet.
Yeah, you're fighting one of our guys. Shout out. And I'm going to be out there one day, San Antonio sniper team as a guest coach. So, give those guys, showing those guys some love. Thank you guys for the sponsorship. It means the world to us for the Brian Boxing.
Yes.
And you're going to be fighting one of our guys. So look out for
one of our guys. But look, let's see exactly the time because they have their lives posted up.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
It looks like the only upcoming ones I see is LB Hustle against Philly Smoke and then the Houston Hitman against the New York City Attitude. But anyway,
look it up on YouTube.
Yes, please do.
On YouTube, it'll be up maybe by Thursday, Friday.
Yes, and it's at Team Boxing League. And if you guys don't know about the Boxing League, I actually kind of wanted to talk a little bit about the Boxing League because it's a very interesting platform. I caught the first show because one of our fighters is on there, and
last year one of our girls was on there that trained with Coach Bashir.
Yes, I think she's back on there again. I think with the Phoenix team, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. And it seems like it's growing, and I couldn't help but think this is gonna grow into something very soon. It's interesting. It's quite. I don't know if there's been any format like this before. But
I don't think I remember.
It's two teams. They face each other and they fight for one round, and it's like a kind of like would you say tournament style? I don't even know.
Yeah, it's like a point system. The best team wins and advances.
Exactly, and it's dude, it's like a fight. It's just one round, maybe twice. Maybe they do 2 rounds. One in the first half and in the second half. It's still fight gloves and it's still fight weight. So it's quite
good.
interesting.
It's really good. Yeah,
it's pretty cool. It's cool to watch. It's a cool introduction if you're transitioning from amateur to pro too. So, anyway, yeah, give them a check, a little glance over there at Team Boxing League on YouTube. They stream all that stuff for free. It's on YouTube, man. So
check out this weekend the San Antonio Snipers as they go against LA team.
Ooh, that's gonna be a good one.
Yeah,
for sure. These teams, they have some really good standouts in there, so it's pretty cool to watch. But yeah, shout out to Brian Boxing. Shall we talk about these next fights? April 11th.
Was it?
Shall I tell you?
Yeah.
Okay. April 11th, this Saturday, we have in London.
London?
Yeah. On
Netflix. Talk about Jorge Marron, dog. On Netflix. Go ahead.
The amateur fights?
Yeah, I thought you were talking about right here, a local show here in San Diego. I was like, what?
Check out your local shows, guys.
Support amateur boxers.
Yeah. But in London, on Netflix, it'll be at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium over there where the Brits are at. Over there across the pond with Ashley.
Shout out to Ashley. Not just boxing.
Fury versus, look, I might butcher this, Makhmudov, a Russian fellow, if you could have guessed. But anyway, so I kind of want to touch on who his opponent is because Fury has this thing where
if you don't know the opponent,
if you underestimate the opponent, Ngannou, you get dropped by guys like Ngannou. So it's kind of enticing, right? Because you never know with these heavyweights, man. And it's his first fight back, I believe, right? Since he fought Usyk.
Damn, how long ago has that been? 2 years?
Am I tripping?
Yeah.
That's one thing I didn't check. But it's been a while. But his opponent he has 2 losses, and they have come by knockout. But they have come by guys who are really good. You have Guido Vianello, who knocked him out in the 8th, and then Caballel, who knocked him out in the 4th. Caballel is really dangerous right now. So he's not these heavyweights guys, the heavyweight guys, they're not walkovers. He cruises around 260 pounds, so he's on the bigger side of the heavyweights. So we'll see how that plays out. I don't know. I'm more enticed by Conor Benn against Regis Prograis.
When is that one?
That's on the same. He's the co-main event.
On the 11th?
Mm-hmm. Same card in London. Prograis has more knockouts than Conor Benn, so at a smaller weight, though. How do you think that's going to happen?
He's also fought better people, I think.
He's fought better people. Oh, this is bothering me. But he made his career at 140. Ben has been cruising around 160 to 168 his past couple fights. But he normally fights at 147. I'm assuming this fight is at 147. But I don't know. I see 2 things. Either Prograis is going to surprise him or he's just going to blow through Prograis. What do you think is going to happen?
I think he's going to blow through Prograis. But I really would love to see. I'd like to be a spoiler on this one. But it ain't going to happen. Conor Benn.
The Rougarou.
Before he parted ways with Eddie Hearn, I was a fan of his, and Maggie knows. And Maggie didn't want to talk about the Eubank fight, the second one. I was like, we got to talk about it because I love the story. But I'm very disappointed with his decision making. I never been at that level where fighters leave, but I've had fighters leave and it hurts.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Especially when you care about them like Eddie Hearn did care about him. You can say whatever you want to say. He's money. It's all business. But at the end of the day, that guy cares.
Yeah, he does. I think that his aggression, the only thing I worry is his aggression. It might be too much for Prograis. Because Prograis' losses, they've only been decision losses, and they've been against like good boxers, right? I don't know about the Catterall fight. I don't know if I would count that. And the Josh Taylor. And the Devin Haney.
Devin Haney schooled him. That's the worst I've ever seen Prograis in. Maybe the time being away from the game is going to help him.
Maybe the weight.
We'll see. He's bigger. We was walking right out. We were at the Ryan Garcia fight. He was literally right next to us. As we're walking out, he seems small.
Yeah, he does. He seems like a small guy.
Right here, from him.
To be fighting a guy, Conor Benn, who's been putting up.
It was funny because I was gonna say, "What's up, Prograis?" I don't know him. You don't know me.
Yeah.
Hey, I didn't know he at that time. They hadn't announced he was gonna fight him.
No.
That would have been funny. Like, hey, what's up, dog?
But we thought, what is he doing here? Like, he hasn't been relevant. Something's brewing.
He looked in shape.
Yeah, he looked in shape. Something's brewing. Never in a million years would I have guessed that he was going to fight Conor Benn. Yep. I thought that Shakur would do that before him. But I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell what's going to happen. If he can deal with that aggression, man, I want to say Prograis might surprise people. But he's also against everybody. He's against the judges. He's against his hometown in London.
I don't want to pick on any of these two fights. I know you wanted to bet. You want your money back?
Money back.
But those fights, if I ever heard A-side fights, they'd sound like A-side fights.
They sound like A-side fights.
So I'm not betting on this one. Sorry, Budskis. Man. Stays here another week.
I don't know who's promoting this fight.
Who is promoting that fight?
I don't know.
Is Zuffa buying their slot?
Because it's
Is Zuffa buying their slot?
It's on Netflix. Let me see who's real quick because I didn't even think about this.
Let somebody tell us in the comments.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, let somebody do some homework and tell us who's promoting that fight.
Who's promoting this fight? Good.
On that note, man, are we done?
Yeah, that's it.
We went over the 12-round minute limit.
We did?
Yeah.
I thought it was 47.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought it was 37. I'm tripping.
Is it 37? 47. 47, right?
47. You're right, good. You're right, good.
Whatever. We're done now anyway. Premature.
Are we done?
Yeah. I don't know if you got anything else.
Guys, thank you for growing. We actually got a lot of followers now on Instagram.
Oh, we got a lot of followers on Instagram, but y'all need to subscribe, dude.
Subscribe, like, comment, please, guys. It helps us a lot. If you guys like the content we're putting, we're getting the views. Just give us a like, share it. Show us some love.
And any subjects, any questions and stuff, we like Big Shot.
I'm gonna get a little sign right here. We'll do anything for comments and subscriptions and follows.
Show our toes.
Yeah.
Alrighty then. Cool. Well, yeah. Subscribe, please.
Shout out to my cousin Ernie.
Yeah. Shout out.
Always got my back.
He's probably in the gym right now.
Oh, he's waiting for us.
Yeah.
All right, pues. On that note, I gotta get to my cousin Ernie. Peace.
Yeah, I think the words, but sometimes they don't come out of my mouth no good.